Oh, hey. Yep. It's Charles, Chuck, Charlie Chaz from Gen 3 Productions. And, kind of, living up this, it could be an emotional day. It could be, an anniversary of many ways that, it's a win for most of us. And just thinking again, now, as in the last video that I posted was the year of 65, the 65th entry. Well, considering this is the 66th, because I remember going a double header with this one, and just thinking about, more of what may have happened. You see, I always enjoy, and actually, this was originally done years ago on a Facebook Live, on a social media live, and we were shooting Transcending Pictures, was shooting Mantra. Now, obviously, it was very, very a great movie, and you found paradise where you could find paradise. And we went to Claryville, New York, in a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful structure in a gazebo. Now, obviously, I did one um, Paradise 2.0 up in Claryville last year, and this is like a continuation of on. And this is what I'm beginning to stretch out on the legacy. So, and some of these terms that mean a lot to me, and maybe it means a lot to you. Maybe you never come to think about it. It's like, gee, I accomplished everything in this maddening, crazy world. Whether you have a family, where you worked consistently as a teacher, and yes, happy Teachers Week. Yesterday was Teacher Appreciation Day. Today is obviously, it's also Nurses Week, and again, happy Nurses Day to each and every one of the nurses that have taken. So I definitely appreciate both careers in teaching and in nursing. And, it's something to think about along the way. Well, being an essential, that's all I did. I worked a lot, and being in that tenure, I never really got to enjoy life until now. It's never too late to enjoy life. It's never too late to be around the loves of your life. Now, obviously, this coming Sunday is Mother's Day. Do me a favor. Give mom a call. Hug mom. Treat her like she is a magnificent, because I wish I could hug her right now. And I wish I could hug my mom right now. Obviously, she passed away 15 years ago. And, it never, it just seems like every day I'm not mourning for her, but I'm celebrating her life. And that's what we need to do. I'll bring that up in a little bit. So, it's just amazing. And it's eternal. It's really harp shaped to everything else. You get away from the, petty differences. You get away from the, be cordial enough, be civil enough, but hold your ground as much as you can, you know. And again, this is really a part of like what I said last year at this time. Now, this is number 2 of preparing and looking ahead and doing, just putting it in a what if situation, which it could happen. Now, obviously, it came up with some terms and some terminology, and especially being a 59-year-old, being a relative, or being a family member that's so close to the heart, and it's just something just to really think about, because there are many movies out there that I seen the visual technique, and I thought this was an excellent, excellent idea. You know, it could be a, you know, the video testimony. It could be the wishes of a person that will be going away very soon or passing away. And, you know, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be in that particular style. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. Please forgive me, but this is the way I see, and I want it definitely to be, hopefully, that way. You see, I remember watching Mission to Mars, and there was a part in that movie that was so detrimental. It was so important. I thought it was very, very a classy move where the wife of, you know, the fallen wife was showing video and just saying, you know, inspirational words. You know, go do it. Do your life. Make sure you have everything together. Make sure you do, you know, what's right, but be careful. Make sure you get that touchdown or get that home run or get that, you know, that goal. Obviously, I'm wearing the Sabre shirt today. Obviously, I'm wearing the Yankee hat because they're, you know, in their right ways of creating a new legacy and making sure it's going to make it happen. So, and it happens. And obviously, during that picture, she told how to live life and always be remembered in one way or another. And this is how I'm thinking about how I want to be remembered. And my wishes too, you know. I remember, you know, in another one, it was Andy Kaufman. There was a starring Jim Carrey, but he did a little segment at the end, you know, saying about the advice of life, or how should we take care of it, and what type of advice that I, you know, I want to give, you know, everybody else. I mean, there's so many movies that you could interpret and see, and, you know, with the worth of memories and whatnot. And, you know, in one way or another, here's just a simple reminder. You know, I know I'm coming up with some terminology, so please bear with me on this. When I go one of these days up there celebrating with mom, tell mom I had a wonderful life, and, you know, it's, you know, she'll say, "What did you do?" Well, besides celebrating your life, I was a part of a major motion picture. I was doing some independent picture work. I was doing DJing. I was an actor, DJ, consultant, advisor. You know, make sure the kids get to their right level, or the students get to their, you know, right means, you know, right ways and means, to many other wonderful things. You know, and it just makes you think about it a little bit more. You know, and this is like quite the stuff that I am passing along with you now. I just want to, you know, this is where my wishes want to, you know, kick in again. This is just a reminder. Um, Celebrate life. You know, we'll have our procession. We'll have our, you know, certain things. I know what I want, you know, with it. And I've been talking to my power of attorney, and we're going to be getting that ball rolling very, very soon too, because I just want to prepare and just want to be saying everything's going to be okay. Everything will be very well handled, because I can't see, you know, let them carry the burden about me. No, I will carry that burden. I will take care of what I need to take care of. And in the meantime, what I can do and what I can't do, what I can do it's going to take a little time. So you have to be patient. And that's one major thing, is be patient. Really be patient in the craft that you put in. Be patient in, where you see, where you see something that doesn't look right, you take a few steps back, you try to do another, do another way, where you just make sure it's done appropriately and in love, in compassion, and unconditional love. And that's what I'm bringing. The love, the unconditional love, because there's a lot of people that I admire, that I adore, especially in my inner circle. And it's a legacy that really is becoming a legend every day. And that's one of those quotes that I I developed. And let's go with the terminology. Cautious optimism. You have to be, have that common sense, and then being optimistic, or be open-minded and being positive that you're going to get it done, but be cautious about it. Be careful out there, to raise the bar. You get up in the morning. Definitely you get up in the morning. That's one thing you have to do. And when you blink your eyes, that's a win. It's a win, okay? Sip your coffee, have your breakfast, count your blessings, and, go on with life. And make sure you do everything at the end, to the end of the day. You feel like you completed something, you're grateful, and it's a win. Mainly, it's definitely a win in many, many cases, And, again, with an amazing, amazing line that I always been a go-to. It's been a go-to because, yes, I'm a huge Gladiator fan with Russell Crowe. And, I keep bringing up that line, and I'm hearing other lines, which kind of fits the momentum of where I'm at. And it says, brothers, and I'm also including sisters, brothers and sisters, in what we do in life echoes in eternity. And I actually tagged on this line. Out of that echo of an eternity, it is a legacy that turns into a legend that we are having our tributes for. And then, again, seeing my on other social media pages, with the friendships and mutual friendships coming around, my mentor. Now, my mentor is up in Buffalo State. He celebrated so many years in Buffalo broadcasting. Great teacher. His name is Tom McCrae. And Tom, thank you for everything, what you taught me in, from, audio, video, the handling of it. Obviously I've been doing, this and actually using this as a beautiful way of expressing, of bringing out this condition that I have. Again, I have pancreatic and liver cancer stage 4 metastatic. Okay. And it's a learning tool. You look online, you punch in, and, it'll say that. And obviously it just generates an interest. How can we stop it? How can we preserve it, and whatnot? And I've heard through many ways that, I saved it all. But again, I thank Tom McCrae, because there's one line that he really said a long time ago. Keep your feet on the ground, yet keep reaching for the stars. And that legacy, actually, that saying came from Casey Kasem from the original American Top 40. If anybody remembers that, that was like, it's a Generation X thing, Generation X. Oh my goodness, how tough we are, But it's absolutely imperative that you have to do it. Keep your feet on the ground, yet keep reaching for the stars. You can do it. I can do it. I've done it for 59 years. God help me. And, there's some certain terminology that I've accepted, and I just turn it right around. I said, here, I turn a negative to a positive. And that's what you have to do. You take all that negativity and you convert it to a positive, and make it done, make it done your way. And that's basically, proven, and I've proven like that every time. Now, I know I'm slowing down a little bit, and I know where it's yucky, and I think it's because of the blood work and the shots, and I need to calm down a little bit. So I'm just going to take it easy for the next couple of days. So now, again, before I lose my train of thought and where the message is going through here, I know exactly what I want on the day it happens. Definitely, I told it, there's some things that, but, hopefully, rent out a fire hall or a place, in the field, or, get a tent with a large screen TV, broadcast this message, and live life, celebrate what we all did. Remember a good laugh or a good song, or and my list. Obviously, I've been putting it on Spotify every time, called Surviving Ways, or another list, comes to mind with it, or rock and roll or anything else. Says, hey, do you remember that song? It's like, yeah, it wasn't that Charlie's favorite song too. It'll brings up some great solid memories, and how much I love the passion of sports. From everything Buffalo. Okay, the Sabres, the Bills, the Bandits. Obviously, I'm a New York baseball fan. Okay, I'm between the Mets and Yankees. I'm sorry about that, but I am, both. And I admit it, because I think when I was out in California, thanks, Pat, um, River Cats, the Sacramento River Cats, the Buffalo Bisons, anything minor league affiliate, even the Hudson Valley Renegades. And, I still remember the days back where I covered the Renegades, or the Catskill Cougars, or the Sullivan Mountain Lions, anything with that type of sport. It's always with it, or being a guest on certain podcasts that we did. Like earlier this year was the Blank Dive with Charles, the Deacon, and Benny, and it was absolutely amazing. And we that episode was lucky number 7, called Legacy, and it brought a lot of things that create that legacy to hold it and make it, embrace it. You're doing something to be a part of that, and this is all about life. Enjoy life. Enjoy going out to the field, the pastures, just going out to a lake, put your mind at ease, meditate, and saying, this is me, this is at peace. Now, also on the day that it'll happen, and it will happen, my only request to tell you, don't weep for me. Okay? Don't cry for me. I think we're going to have just, have that solemn, solemn times. If sometimes mourning's good, but you always have this video. You're going to see this face, the smiling face, smiling pictures here and there, the birthdays, the wishes, the get-togethers, and that means a lot to me more. The hugs and saying, "You got this," or "Don't give up." And that's the other point that I bring it up, because I usually, and I'm beating this, again, because my other gentleman, he's the coach at North Carolina State University. And, obviously the Wolfpack won many basketball games. His name is Jimmy V, Jim Valvano. Jim Valvano got up on that stage. He said the speech, but the key words is, don't give up. Don't ever give up. Life may throw you everything at it, but you should put up your shield, bring out your spear, be that warrior that you'll ever be. Be that person that you're going to make it through it, and raise the bar. That's the other term that I've been, raise that bar to get up to the next level, and never give up. Don't ever give up. And when you get up to that plateau, or you get up to that highest peak, you won. It's a win. And right now we're in a very interesting situation in life, that I pray for us all to keep keep your common sense. You know, make sure it's newsworthy. Make sure you know in your mind that everything's going to be detrimental, and hopefully it's going to fall together one of these days. So it's just it's a one way or another. It's a change of pace from what I said last year, and I know I'm adding on a little bit more with the terms like cautious optimism. It's a win, raising the bar. The movie quote, brothers and sisters, what we do in life, echoes in eternity. Um, the legacy, what we create in that legacy becomes legend. It becomes a tribute, and obviously, it's a win. Keep in mind, don't give up. Don't ever give up. And just celebrate. Celebrate life to the fullest. You get up every day, celebrate. Either it's on a day off on a sunny beach, or even, even you have those challenges, at a job or whatever, just be happy in what you do and be happy. You know, I know it gets to be a pain in the butt, but it's just something we all have to handle. It's our, it's calling. So, yet I just want to remind you again, um, keep on rocking, keep on rolling, do what you need to do, celebrate, and, just never stop. Don't ever stop. Like I'm not. And I think these videos, from the year, from everything from last year all the way to this year, means definitely a lot. And it definitely is 66th entry. And again, again, 27 rounds. It means I'm a champion already. I'm like 20. That means, with these guys winning 27 World Series championships, yeah, means that in life. And hopefully, this is going to be a dynasty soon. Guarantee it. Let's hope for it. They're playing the Canadians in the second round. Keep your fingers crossed. Buffalo, you got my back. I got your back. You know that. So anyway, I'm in it right now. At a peaceful surrounding on a rainy day. You can see your rainbows. You can see the sunshine, and I feel like I'm sunshine to others. I'm hope to others. So on that note, this is Charles, Chuck, Charlie Chaz, and once again, my favorite sayings are: raise the bar, don't give up, don't ever give up. And what we do in life echoes in eternity. And always keep reaching, keep your feet on the ground, yet keep reaching for the stars. And I did mention don't give up, don't give it up, don't give up. And obviously, it's that legacy that turns into a legend that becomes a tribute. And most importantly, to me, and I'm hoping for you guys, it's a win. So, on that note, on the rebranded um, advice of the day on the 66th century, and a year later for number 27, going into number 28 next week. This is Charles, Chuck, Charlie Chaz from CGM3 Productions, wishing you all a great day. Stay dry out there right now. And again, a very happy Teachers Day, happy Nurses Day, and most importantly, happy Mother's Day. It's the most important. Okay? I love you all. Peace, love, friendship. We will see you later on. Peace.